Hi everyone. If you've ever worked with an iPad for audio production or you're thinking about working with an iPad, it's a great way to work. But what about recording with an iPhone? Something that a lot of us keep with us every day. It's probably not something you've considered. Now, I usually record the vocals for this with a shotgun mic from overhead, but today I'm actually using the iPhone that's in front of me. Check it out. If it sounds anywhere near the quality of a £1,000 shotgun mic and preamp and yada yada yada, then we're in business, right? Roll the intro. Okay, now I did look at using Auria or Cubasis on the iPhone, but as of yet they don't exist. However, Garageband does, and it seems that iPhone 6, 6S and 7 are plenty powerful enough to use Garageband as a kind of scratch pad writing tool that you'll carry around in your pocket. So using this camera, we're going to zoom in. As you can see, I've propped up the iPhone so that you can see it better on the camera. It seemed to be the easiest way to do it. It's kind of awkward, but we'll bear with it. So what I've got going on here is this is the Apple Lightning adapter going off to a USB power splitter to this little power brick here, which is powering an Audient ID4, which I was carrying around with me anyway. You can kind of get smaller interfaces than this. You can use GarageBand with plugged in headphones and just use the inbuilt mic. The quality is not the best, but if it's in your pocket and you've already got kind of a half-finished song and maybe you're writing lyrics or something, you can then just kind of wind through the song and record some lyrics straight onto the phone, which is great. Say if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you get an idea, you're off. You just go to add a new vocal channel and record. That's something I think maybe we'll try later, but as is, let's just go into GarageBand, and the first thing it says is no songs, because for whatever reason I must have cleared out my entire thing. Right, so, bass. Let's start with bass, why not? And we'll go to the smart bass. And let's look at song settings before we do anything. So we can, let's go with 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. That's tempo of 118. Now let's go back to the song settings. Key signature. I'm just gonna throw an idea at the dartboard. Let's say F sharp minor. One of my favourite keys to play in on guitar. And I'll show you why, because I'll actually pick up a guitar in a minute, and that's going to be going through the ID4 straight into the iPhone, which means I don't need to have my iPad with me and set up, so I can have the idea on the phone, like I said, to take with me, actually play a real guitar part, and then be able to just jot ideas down as they come to me, because quite often I won't be in a position where I've got everything set up to produce with the iPad. So this can be quite useful. So let's hit done. So right in the middle we've got the F sharp minor there, which if I start hitting bass notes will go. Okay, so let's just get a bass line down with the metronome running. Okay. So we seem to have kind of recorded over a little there. Okay, so we have a bass line there. So if I go to the track view at the top, we can see that bass line now. So that's a start, right? So let's add another track with a little plus icon. Where's the drummer? Is there the smart drummer? Yeah, drummer. Cool. So let's just add in, let's just hit. See, I've kind of got myself a Motown feel going on here, which I didn't think I'd be doing, but this is kind of inspiring, actually. So we've not really even touched on the interface side yet. This is just coming up with some kind of roots, like we did in the Garageband iPad video. So this now, so if I, so go to the, so we can now see we've got bass and, so if I grab a guitar, got my trusty Stratocaster that's been kind of modified to death, and that is plugged in to the DI port on the ID4, because the ID4 has two channels. One's a microphone input channel and one's a DI channel. So let's get ourselves a new channel and let's go, where are we looking? Amp. So let's go for clean. And we'll probably need, so we'll need to change the channel to channel 2. Let's just, oh, it's got an inbuilt tuner, which is always useful. Looks pretty accurate. Again, this is the kind of thing where in the field somewhere, having a guitar to hand and actually just having tuners inbuilt is always nice. Why can I not hear this? Monitor, yes please. So we can, if I double click it, we get more detail, so I can take some bass away, add some tremolo. Okay, so we have a start. So if I go to the track view, so I can see what's going on now. Don't know what that is, but if I can delete that. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can't even remember the chords that I played, but so I'm going from yep. Never said I was the best guitar player in the world. And how's about that for a slice of fried gold? So we've now got a loop. And how's about that for about 10 seconds of... That didn't take as long at all. And an interesting thing to note at this point is that the iPhone, with this little battery brick in the ID4, is using no mains power whatsoever. This entire setup is doable in the middle of a field, in the middle of anywhere where there's actually no AC power, which is incredibly useful because that then frees you up. If you find yourself on a tour bus and you want to write, this isn't taking any power up. This is only using the kind of the battery bank that I already had to power the ID4, and if the phone goes flat, then maybe we could power the phone off the battery bank as well. So maybe if we get a larger battery bank, then you could record on the tour bus all day long without even having to get into the elbow room of your friends who are sat next to you on the bus. I mean, this kind of thing could inspire people to write sections for songs so they can show the band practice, or if you go and start making new sections, if I add another section, there's now 2 sections. So if I go all sections, there we go. I can now string sections together and I can work on arrangement while I'm in the field. I mean, if I'm working on arrangement, then I can do it without the interface and maybe just plug headphones in. If you've got either Lightning headphones or if you've got an iPhone 7, then it actually comes with a Lightning to 3.5mm jack adapter, which is how I was using the microphone in the intro, because the Rode Smartlav came out way before the iPhone 7, and this tiny little thing, if you can see it there, it has a microphone input as well, so I can actually use this clip-on mic. So even if I was on a tour bus and there was a lot of background noise, I could record some scratch vocals using this straight in. So the fact that the iPhone 7 doesn't have a headphone and microphone jack anymore doesn't make that much difference, to be honest. And I would leave that just clipped on there all the time because the headphones that come with it have a lightning jack thing. Is it an inconvenience? Maybe a little bit, but then all the iPads still have headphone sockets. So, you know, in terms of doing this on the go, suits me fine. Now, let's say, all right, Shabab. Let's move back to just the first loop, and let's say that we want a better sounding guitar. Maybe we want a solo with some gain on it. So instead of using GarageBand's own, this is where we use Positive Grid's bias. This is where it gets really interesting because now I can add a new channel, and instead of an amp, I'll pick external inter-app audio, and I'll pick bias. Maybe if I load it as an instrument, there we go. So let's go into high gain amps, find ourselves sounds like I've got some sort of phaser or something going on here. Work out that kink in a little while. Well, let's head back to GarageBand. Oh, chorus off. Definitely don't need compression or space on this, because bias comes with its own. Channel should be input 2. I must just add, I would usually be listening to this out the ID4 from one of the 2 headphone sockets on the front. I've routed one of the speaker outs on the back into a DI box so I can record this separately so that you guys can hear it. If I really wanted to, I could actually run this out of a front of house. So if I just wanted 1 or 2 guitar sounds in bias, I could actually use my iPhone with the ID4 and a DI box and I could actually do this live if I really, really wanted to go. And if I wanted to do this as a live rig, there's nothing stopping me. And I think bias cost me about £10 or £15. And that kind of... Hey, for the ID4 is about £110. And for an interface, I mean... The only noise I can hear on that is kind of my own guitar noise. The whole thing is great. So let's go back to looking at the whole track view, and let's just loop around this a couple of times. Okay, so I didn't record anything. I was kind of hoping it'd loop round, but it didn't. 2, 3, 4. Hey, let's try it one more time and make sure I stop before the end of the bar. Okay, so maybe not the best guitar performance in the world, but as an idea pad and a scratch pad, this isn't taking up loads of desk space, and this is still all battery powered. So let's just go to the whole track view, and where it says plus, I also noticed somewhere around here was the track volumes, because what I really want is to turn that down. Oh, there's all sorts of fancy effects by the look of things. What I'm really after is not Arts Apple Loops. And somewhere around here, track controls. Okay, so let's pan that off to the side a little. And pan the other one off to the side a little. Turn the guitar down and suddenly... And there you have it. I've come up with an idea completely off the top of my head. I mean, maybe it's terrible, but it's a something. And I've come up, the drummer in Garageband has given me a backbeat. The bass line, I would rather come up with one myself, but there's separate notes, so there's the smart bass function. And you can have keyboards in there, you can have all sorts of instruments in Garageband. I mean, maybe they won't be the best sounds in the world, but if you're just writing, that's something, right? And there it is. So, working on an iPhone 7, it's doable. I mean, an iPhone 7 Plus is bigger, so there's more screen estate, sure, and working on an iPad is so much better, which is why I made the series in the first place. But in terms of an idea pad, ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. This tiny little bundle right here fits in the bag so easily. You can fly with this kind of thing without it being a nuisance. You can even stick the ID4 in the battery bank in the front pocket of a gig bag for a guitar. So it's the kind of thing you can take to a show with you. And while you've got 2 hours to kill backstage, maybe you can write some new riffs or something for the band. You can use it to warm up whilst also kind of improvising over a track, and maybe if you like it, you keep it. There's so many options. And this just gives you that extra flexibility that with an iPad, as great as they are, and they are great for this kind of thing, this is the next step, I think, in terms of idea pads. Hit the like button if you found this useful. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you've not already. We really appreciate you hitting the subscribe button because that helps us make more videos like this. And if you consider looking at our Patreon campaign as well, that would really help us out because that would help us to keep going and make more videos like this. Thanks again. See you soon.